Oh, Dave, Timbo starts off this match with an amazing tomahawk kill. This is a match, Dave, that you've been looking forward to. Timbo Gonzalez, the #1 big ball one-wall player in the world, challenging top 16 pro Chris Flash Tohin.
Do it again, 0-0.
And Dave, a lot of doubters.
Hold on. Hold on.
A lot of doubters here, Dave, of Timbo's three-wall
0-0.
game. He's been practicing three-wall every day in New York. He got here, Dave, on Monday when the courts were just built, and he's been practicing on these courts since then. I've seen him play some top 8 guys, I'm not going to name names, but beating them easily in three-wall big ball.
No, he's playing really good ball, but this is where it really matters. Those were all practice matches, some money matches. He just sent a ball all the way to Henderson, Nevada, over the top of this roof, so we don't know if nerves are going to play effect. I mean, he's the type of guy that doesn't seem to get nervous, but nonetheless, this guy is going to draw a big crowd because he's all over every court here playing small, big ball, money matches. I don't even know if he's had a tournament match yet, but this is the first one. And there's that nice shot right there. And you see a handshake from Timbo, who appreciates what he sees from Chris Flash Tohin. Dave, this is the round of 32 to the men's open.
Over.
Ooh, that's a tough one to call over, but I guess you have to do it.
That's not a good call.
0-7-1.
And Dave, Timbo is just an absolute magician with this ball. He rarely makes errors. He's got incredible speed, incredible endurance, and he plays great under pressure.
2-7-1.
Chris Flash Tohin, Dave, is also a professional basketball player. Plays in a professional summer league at Venice Beach. He's staying here after this event to work with some NBA players, told me today, Dave, when I had a chance to sit down with him.
You're talking about Chris Flash. You said Timbo.
That's correct. I'm talking about Chris Flash.
Okay. Timbo's wearing the black, Flash wearing the ash color, wife beater.
Look at that left, Dave.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Timbo's all-around game is great. He just needs to get a little bit more command of these sidewalls, and that's exactly what he's been doing playing. He said reportedly 100 matches before the tournament started. You and I playing 100 matches might need to go find some ice and a masseuse. On the other hand, with him, he's
now. I don't want to make it all about me, though.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I don't want to make it all about me, though. So that's a great serve. But look at how he defends it with the right spin. Most people, Dave, would never get to that ball. Timbo gets to it.
Oh, look at that get right there from Flash, who almost put it right back into play, but instead sent it up into the screen.
Timbo, Dave, is also one of the fittest guys that you'll see. He does 200 pull-ups, 200 sit-ups, 200 push-ups, and runs 6 miles 7 days a week. That doesn't include playing handball for 3 hours a day, sometimes 6.
4-7-2.
Chris Tohin, on the other hand, Dave, trains with NBA players, and I know, Dave, our WPH contributor, works out with them sometimes. He usually lasts about 30 seconds. Chris Tohin goes for 2 hours in those workouts.
When does he have time to fill out his tax returns?
Has anyone in this tournament ever filled out a tax return?
I don't know, but that's not what I'm trying to get at.
Well, it seems like maybe you were, and I just had to go there.
I didn't hear a replay right there. It looks like it's going to be another point.
6-7-2.
6-2.
Dave, Timbo is growing it right now.
By it?
The lead.
The lead, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tohin goes with a fish shot, unorthodox off the right pointer finger, where he has a huge gash from diving earlier in the week.
7-2.
And you see him look at that like this is an open wound here.
Now, Dave, we don't really talk much about money games, but I will say that Timbo and Samson played for bags of sand, one wall and three wall. Timbo beating Samson 21-3 in one wall big ball. Led Samson 10-6 to 15 in three wall and lost that game. And Dave, for those of us who watched it, he looked like he was right there with the big dog.
Well, I think if he lived here in Southern California, Timbo would be right there with the big dog.
That big dog was looking to hunt yesterday, and Dave, and almost couldn't.
Good ball. Nice shot.
That was an amazing get from Chris Tohin, and then Timothy acted like
7-7-3.
Chris didn't even exist on the court, just flat killed that ball right down the middle of the court out the left wall.
Timbo, or excuse me, Dave, Flash looks a little bit overmatched here to me.
Well, I haven't heard
Easy.
Timbo even losing anything this week.
8-7-3.
But of course, I'm hearing that directly from Timbo, but nonetheless, that's a lot of wins, and he goes for another flat kill, and there's going to be a timeout from Chris Tohin. And
Time
rightly
out.
so.
Timeout. 9-7-3. 9-3.
Dave, you can count the errors Timbo makes on one hand in an entire match.
I don't think that sometimes he has a great command of the walls up high, but down low where his game is really, where it's really at, especially in one wall big ball, he is superb. And it does remind you a little bit of a Samson Hernandez style of play, even though, you know, I know he respects Samson, but he seems to have a really good control of the lower board. You're watching the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball, Racquetball, Paddleball Championships, Stratosphere Hotel and Casino, Dave, where you and I last night at the poker table, we're doing some amazing damage there. And by damage, I mean spilling drinks all over the felt, getting kicked out of the area.
Yeah.
You know, we're running this event, we tried to say.
Right.
But they didn't care.
No.
9-3.
Alongside our WPH donor, Derek Piper, who took down 1,500 at the roulette table.
And donated all back to the WPH in the form of the
9-7-3.
WPH Adult Experience.
It's a tax write-off.
It puts you in a different bracket. It actually saves you money, Dave.
Well, it can. You hear the crowd call Sapo, meaning that was a sloppy shot right there from Timbo, but
I thought that means lucky.
a lucky sloppy shot.
Dave, Timbo's speed side to side is really unbelievable, and that's a complete error. And this is what happens if you play against somebody that's so fast, even the easiest shots become hard.
I like that return. Timbo using the high lob. Look, he'll track that ball down, Dave. He's really making Chris work here.
That's an avoidable. I really just can't get over Timbo. I mean, this guy is just absolutely incredible. He's everything that he advertises himself to be and more.
Well, I
Hold on.
wish
11-7-3. Okay.
everything he advertises himself to be. It
And
took me a
more.
while.
And more,
It
yeah.
took me a
Timeout.
while.
3-7-11.
That's an avoidable. Dave, we want to welcome in our
Right out.
East Coast audience tuning in a little after 11 o'clock at night, wanting to see this match.
11-7-3.
So I want to thank all four of you.
Timbo is unable to get that ball, and there's another point for Flash.
Ball, please.
Our referee is simply one of the greatest to ever play three-wall outdoor handball,
3-7-11.
Goyo Tellez. You do see Timothy doing a lot of running, though. As much as you want to say he's elite, he does a lot of running. And you see some of the top players oftentimes standing in one space, Dave, and just running back and forth, just a couple spaces. But Timothy's all over this court.
Well, Dave, he never runs out of energy. And now he's explained to our referee,
4-11. Yeah.
that's a legend and a legend in his own mind, Dave, having a conversation.
4-7-11.
That's a huge setup right there. And then
Side
Timothy
out.
hit the exact shot to put it out the wall, out the door, and there's a timeout
Timeout.
from Timothy. We're going to 15. He's up 11-4. This is game number 1 of the World Three-Wall Ball Outdoor World Championships. We have Chris Tohin up against Timbo Gonzalez, the current one-wall national big ball champion, king of the courts.
Actually, not king of the courts.
Well, he's won it in the past.
It's true.
Former king of the courts.
Dave, while we have a minute here, I want to just talk about the women's draw tomorrow. We've got 13 of the best women outdoor players in the world here. There's a lot of talk, Dave, out here amongst the fans and even the players. I want this title. Tanisha Grooms, undefeated. Tracy Davis, world champion.
Okay.
Karina Arias, up and comer. Mel Sky, former national champion.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on, Dave. Danielle Daskalakis, Big Blue national champion.
Sandy Ing, Tracy Davis, Ashley Moeller, Tanisha Grooms.
It's unbelievable.
It's just really a huge,
11-7-4.
vast crowd. We might not have the most players you've ever seen in a tournament, but certainly the best.
11-7-4.
The score here is 11-4, and you see Timbo, who's a traditional one-wall player, is just controlling this first game. We've never seen this before. Watch this guy's run. He'll run into the crowd. He'll still get back into play.
I think he would have had that ball if the crowd wasn't his way.
Side out. Side out. 4-7-11.
That's all right, 4-11.
And Dave, we've seen Flash in the past. He's always competitive because he's got hustle, but seems to lack just a little bit against the top guys. And Timbo, to me, is a top guy. I don't care about his ranking. This guy's proven to me already that he's a top 5 talent in three-wall, big ball.
Timbo's played in this event before. He's never made it out of this round.
Only played in it one time. That was 2 years ago before he'd ever played with walls. He's been at home training 4-wall and 3-wall. This is a different guy.
Well, he told me a couple months ago that I've been training 3-wall. You're going to see a different guy. I'm going to make it to the semifinals. That's his words. And you can see early on here that Timbo knows what he's doing. Sponsored by Red Bull. He's on their monthly payroll.
Allegedly.
And he is going for the game point here against one of our former top 10 ranked pros, Chris Tohin, and he gets the first game. We're going to take a quick timeout. Dave, we're going to come back in just a bit. Stick around. We'll have more game number 2 in just a bit. Stick with us here at racefor8.com.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Okay. 0-7-0.
Welcome back to the 3-wall ball World Championships. This is
Hold on.
round 1 action.
1-7-0.
Men's big ball pro Timbo Gonzalez from New York City, the #1 ranked one-wall big ball player in the world, taking on top 16
2-7-0.
WPH Players Cup 3-wall big ball pro Chris Tohin. Thus far, it's been a complete mismatch. Timbo Gonzalez controlling the action, not only with his speed, but with his shot selection also.
Good ball.
And you see Timbo, Dave, that just comes from playing hours every day.
3-7-0.
Knows where his opponent is at all times.
Four, 7-0.
You hear the score, 4-0. This game is only 73 seconds old.
7-0.
Already 5-0. This is getting this ball back to Timbo is taking longer than the last 3 points. And you see Flash just can't do anything. We're gonna welcome in 6th seeded WPH Big Ball Pro, 5th seeded WPH Big Ball Pro, Sal the Wiz Duenas, Sal, you played a lot against Flash. You also had a chance to spar a little bit with Timbo. What are you seeing here thus far in this match, which has been very lopsided?
Well, what I'm seeing is Chris is an incredible athlete, but
5-7-0.
he's having a little trouble focusing on his game. He's stuck in Timbo's one-wall style game,
Over.
and he hasn't got his
Do it
rhythm
again.
in.
5-7-0.
How much of that has to do with what Timbo's doing to him?
Well, Timbo's completely got him out of his game, and from being from Southern California, we don't have someone that plays the style,
5-7-0.
Timbo style. We usually use the walls a lot. We have a harder serve with more angle, and Timbo has a traditional, one-wall style, so it's kind of throwing him off.
Good ball.
It kind of threw me off a bit.
If you were to coach Chris, what does he need to do differently? Because he's on his way to being routed here in front of 1,000 of his friends.
Yeah, I mean, the last game he scored, I think, 4 points out of 15. So what he needs to do is do a side front about 8 feet, 6 to 8 feet, side front, 1 or 2 feet from the corner, and send Timbo running up the side. He needs to get him out of the center of the court. Timbo's rim is right in the center of the court. He's punishing him.
But how disruptive is Timbo's side-to-side movement? I mean, this guy can cover
ridiculous.
so much ground, and he never gets tired.
5-7-0.
It's really, really bad. It breaks you down quickly. It's similar to what Samson does. He tries to overwhelm you. Well, Timbo overwhelms you with the angle shots.
Nice get.
And you can clearly see how he wins in the one wall game. He returns every ball.
I might see him winning in the 3-wall event. He told me he's going home here with 2 yellow jerseys.
Well, I don't know if I should comment or not.
Well, that's why you're here.
I mean, I think he won't get past the 3rd round in a 3-wall big ball,
6-7-0.
but we'll see what happens.
I hate to look ahead, but I've already etched this match into my scorecard, Sal. As you can see, I've actually engraved it on my card, and it's over in my mind. So who does Timbo play next? Who does he play
7-0.
next? Who does he play after that?
If G-Man wins his match, I think it's today sometime, then he will line up with G-Man.
Okay.
And I think that will be a little trickier for
I
Timbo.
don't, but continue.
I think
Side
it'll
out.
be trickier
0-7-7.
because G-Man knows what he has to do. And this game is helping G-Man right now prepare for it, which Chris didn't have.
Helping him as far as being just completely intimidated? I mean,
No,
No?
he's helping him see the weakness. I
Okay.
can see Tim's weakness. I played him a couple games. He plays really, really good the side-to-side
1-7-7.
movement. But once I started hitting the side walls, 3 walls, wraparound serves, that kind of style serves, he still responds to him, but not with the intensity of the,
1-7-7.
not a lot of intensity like these nasty passes he's doing here.
now that's a beautiful corner kill. I mean, you talk about this guy playing a one-dimensional, one-wall game, but he uses the wide-angle corner kill there like he's done it his whole life.
Well, he doesn't have the pressure that he should have right now. That's a difference.
Now, Sal, while we have you here, I want to talk a little bit about your game. I know you're mentally preparing for this game. You've got some matches tonight. I've seen you, Sal, play as good as anybody I've ever seen play this game, and then other times it just seems like you're not even there. I mean, how does that happen?
For me, it's just my training. I haven't really been consistent on my training as far as the conditioning, but this year it's a little different. I'm looking to do a lot better this year here in Vegas, 4th year here.
Well, you had some good results here in the past.
That's
You've
his
got
shot.
wins over
Come
a
on.
lot of the top
That
guys.
was his shot. 2-7-7.
Including Juan Santos. One of the few guys to have beat him in a Players' Cup event. That was clearly a hinder, Sal. I mean, how can you not call that? This guy gets to everything.
3-7-7.
My opinion, that should have been an over. He didn't even, on that one, I think if
3-7.
Timbo would have argued it and had some more, he would have proved that he could have got it. But since he didn't argue it, the ref isn't convinced.
I don't know why he has to say anything. That was so obvious. That's a terrible shot from Chris.
Every shot Chris is hitting is off balance.
That was a
Side
skip.
out. No, not good.
Sal, you talk about how athletic Chris is, but the bottom
Time out.
line is it all comes
Time
down
out.
to skills.
Side out,
80% or more of
7-3.
this game comes down to who's got the best skills. I mean, you can do all the running and training you want, but if you don't have the shots, it really doesn't matter.
You know, these two guys have different kind of training regimens, I think.
Well, I'll tell you,
I know
Sal,
Timbo's really explosive, and Chris is not really explosive, but he's strong and durable.
the conditioning is kind of like the salad dressing, okay? You need the salad first,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, of course. And the salad's not the same.
Or we can call it maybe the ice cream is the skills,
Yeah.
and the hot fudge is the conditioning. If you don't have the ice cream, the hot fudge is no good.
Right. Sometimes, though, your physical ability can overcome some skill sometimes, but not in this case.
No.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Has to be disappointing for Flash, who's trying to build up his ranking. He draws a tough guy here in the first round. I think he thought he was going to win. There's a lot of people here that also thought Flash was going to win, but
7-7-3.
Well, Chris really needs to get in a few rounds deep in this event to close out the Cup Series.
well, this is the last official ranked
Side
event
out.
in the Cup Series.
3-7-7.
Sal, you're pretty much guaranteed of being in the top 8, so I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank
Another great season for you, and I know you're looking to bust into that top 4 by season's end. We've already got Samson and
Side out.
Santos locked up at 1 and
7-7-3.
2, but there's definitely some wiggle room there for a guy like you.
I think I'm the oldest, probably in the top 8 as well.
8-7-3.
Was that a humble brag? Or, I mean, I heard a little chuckle at the end, which is kind of the humble.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Hander. And the ball.
It was a hinder.
Do it again.
Timbo was confused who was caught on.
Yeah,
Timbo was
he's-
actually toying with Flash there.
Yeah, I don't think Timbo's ever heard the word hinder before.
Shot.
I mean, I play Chris all the time, every other weekend in our local courts, and his conditioning is second to none.
7-8.
His endurance is ridiculous. You know, this guy benches ridiculous. You know, ridiculous.
And I think that's what you're talking about right there, using the three-wall style there.
It's foreign to Timbo, that the ball coming out of that angle. He can probably get to it, but it makes it difficult for him. Those are the kind of shots that he needs to put away, just like he did right there.
Well, now Flash starting to show some signs of life.
Yeah. The game's not over.
Well,
5, 7,
it
8.
has to be over. I've already etched it in my scorecard. So, I mean, you know how much it costs to unetch and re-etch? Believe me, I've done it. It's expensive.
Side out.
And I can't
8,
charge that
7,
to the
5.
company. That comes out of my own personal funds.
That's just a one-wall shot, typical one-wall shot.
But it's perfect.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
perfect. And it's perfect here because
9,
these
7,
sidewalls
5.
are pretty short, and the wideness of them lets that
Out.
shot be effective. Had it been at Venice Beach or Toledo,
well,
his
10,
game would go down
7,
from an A
5.
to a B.
well, that's hypothetical.
Hey, you never know with the WPH, you know, expanding to different courts. You never know where it's going to hit next.
Well, all we can say is right now we're playing on these courts, and he's
Mhm.
clearly a pro. And I wouldn't go to venture to say a top 8, maybe
would-
top 5 pro.
I would say
Side out. 5,
anywhere
7,
from
10.
a top maybe 7 to 12.
Okay.
Because there's players like, in my opinion, G-Man definitely would give him a little
Handball.
more run for his money. Ricky, Boxer, Samson.
Okay, I agree with that.
7, 10.
Chava will give him a little more trickiness too.
Okay.
He never gets tired as well. And Feo would, you know, a guy we call Feo, his name's Alfredo though.
Yeah.
And also we have an Alfredo from Orange County who's,
El Hombre.
yes. These guys are at a different level as well.
Okay.
Chris is there. He's just, seems like he's just not mentally there right now.
Do it again.
That's a good replay call.
I agree. Dinosaur and his beautiful young son there almost got trampled.
Hold on. That's not over.
It's a nice yellow jersey that Dino has
That's
there.
not over. That's a point.
Sal, you're approaching dinosaur status yourself. I mean, 30 in
11-35.
big ball is the new 60.
Sorry,
Yeah.
6. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 11-6.
30 is the new 20 though.
Well, in real life, but in big ball, it's the new 60.
And I guess in some lies.
Twelve, 7-6.
See, those kind of shots,
Out.
Chris, you know, you got lucky there on that shot, but Chris needs to execute and put those shots away.
Side out. 6, 7, 12.
Now Timbo's 3 points away.
Good ball. Good ball.
Is Chris in the top 10? Or is he in about 11
No.
or 12?
12,
you know?
7, 6.
14, 15?
I think he's borderline top 16.
This is not only is it a
3-6.
bad, I mean, it's a huge
3-7-6.
loss. It's a huge upset.
Not to me.
I mean, for the fans and
Yeah.
Good
you know,
ball.
it's a huge upset. Not, you know,
Here. 6, 7, 13. Good
what
ball.
I like about Timbo is that he doesn't care who anyone is. He goes and plays intense every time. Something I think he should lend me.
Side out. 12, 7, 6.
Our scoreboard says 13, but it's actually 12. So how do you play those balls that are going out
Side
the door?
out.
Because do you
6,
guess
7,
to say it's
12.
going to come off the sidewall, or do you play it both ways so that you're set up to hit it either off the sidewall or move out to the right and take it in case it doesn't clip the sidewall?
7, 7, 12.
Well, I just take a guess, and I usually go for one or the other because if I stick right in between, I might miss both. Sometimes when I return a deep rally way back in the court, and
Side out.
I know it's a setup up front,
12,
and I have
7,
no
7.
idea where he's going to hit it, I just choose eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and hope that I 50-50 chance that I get the right one. Because if I just stay in the middle, I'll miss them both. Both
Hand the
opportunities are gone.
Hand the ball.
Does Timbo stick out his leg there, Sal? I mean, we're going to check out a replay
Do it
of that
again.
after this next rally. Chris tripping on
12, 7.
Timbo.
Any contact now should be replayed, don't you think?
Well, there is that contact sometimes when you have a setup and you still want the shot, so not necessarily. But let's see this here.
13, 7, 7.
They just got
Yeah,
tangled
go.
up there.
And it was replayed, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the worst shots you'll ever see.
Yeah. And it was out, but the
14,
contact
7,
happened
7.
first. It was a good serve by Timbo.
Hold on. Hey.
Now those racquetball guys shouldn't be walking in with the racket into the court.
No, very dangerous.
They should
Unnecessary.
just let the ball go.
Right.
Pinching that.
And the gentleman didn't even apologize, and that was a dangerous situation.
Yeah, if
14,
you mean,
7,
yeah,
7.
totally.
You know, you can tear up your knuckles if you run into those strings, because those strings are sharp.
And, you know, with the previous match right before this, it would have been something totally different. The intensity of Jarrell and Emmett, which you previously saw in here. There's the game right there.
And Sal, we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to go back to small ball. We're going to see the finals of the men's pro small ball doubles between Dave Vincent and Luis Moreno, the defending champions, taking on Vic Perez and the one-arm bandit, Nick Nahornia.
Wow.
So we're going to take a quick break. Sal, thanks for stepping in here, and you stay tuned. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.